no pay Michiamo na medamwase. So menena na Osei Bamfo Eba Bedi Enkomo ono ye deputy managing director at the Metro Mass Transit na anope as I see this Enkomo because Metro Mass yeti omun ka chepa womun so omu boho adwuma na ngui enti no esene fata se ye ne omu bedi sa Enkomo na ma che yeti say
yeah menu
yeah fine happy Easter.
Happy Easter to you too.
Uvi ha okokwa na.
Me kokuma.
Na kuma so
yes you koyedi.
Yedim.
Ya kodi Easter o.
I see.
Say yes you people ni bi ho nti.
Yes you from. And na me catch na from Paul. Is e gina be ko ekrum. Gala kura ya bebo. Gala kura ya bebo.
Oda. Yeah, kofro people no kuma.
I see.
Kuma ufo nhwe nim.
Okay. Na Metro Master say.
The edi kan na mechia na machie T4 mechia Ghana for mechia Asante Mara. Yeah, me so me krum ehine berima hwinbo akodia. Na machia me Metro Master for me ne omo ye adwuma nyina. Me MD me management. Metro Mass said the old name no. Yeboho. Bibia ekoso said the ewoseko. Nyaminti no. To ye pa ye de gu akwam say by the end of nkosi afie wie ye de. Na Metro Mass amonim no. Monim say obo Metro Mass na Ghana afa na bibia ye wo no na asaba. Nti entuma pa ne de nyame adom ati afa yefra na nim say bibia da na kwan so bibia be yi.
Okay. Na dey na see it looks as if say the past glory ananka mo no for some time now as I said you know akofom Metro Mass no as a Ghana for enshedam patronize it with a few of you no me won kronki to mo ba cities a wo mo fadeko e dey na support you adwuma nim
speak up that's it enye say patronage na wo from na ye fleet and a from so we Metro Mass a year era President Kufuor time I was a good year. Kessben 92.9 by 2003 up to 2000 from 2003 to Yemvane 2012. Now we share your fleet size. We had over 1,400 buses. A year about 328 routes. We share
across the country.
Tubo in Ghana fana baby every district, every region. And so we share summary from that time to 2017-2019. Now we say fleet ni nyina no. Ye buses ayo. Ni nyina nanka ye free kwam. Now you replace
with new ones. Okay.
Now up to 2019 no. Now yenya about just 20% of sa expected buses are now seeing no. Enti osha enye se the o kan say patronage nye patronage ne nanso so no ye fleet size na akofom. Enti still na ye run buses a enka wo se enka free kwan so. Ni nyina de nam kwan so nanso so no we hwe budget a ready under Ministry of Transport. So we share one of the if not the only transport company a ebodi wo budget in man na Metro Mass. Na ya idea aban no say Metro Mass ba wo MPP aban so.
Yeah.
Na nya idea was aban no so obehwe amanego. Nti wo hwan nyanka last year kura no. Enya COVID year. Na we see nya more than 300 buses last year. And so most of the factories are not almost air produces buses in the crown almost shut down. Nti this year the nyame adom we are expecting no less than 400 buses by the end of this year.
Okay.
First buses in a year, buses
not less than
400 buses.
400 buses.
Yes.
Okay.
Nti osha buses
are. And they make 300.
From 300 between 3 to 400 buses the nyame adom.
Okay.
In Sabeka. Osha buses a manfo nim say ye do na friend Kufuor bus. Old buses na free Belgium VDL buses na yasa ko back to home.
Okay.
We try the operations na do na ade eno na boy because ye no ye mandate na see ye beko baby a Ghana fana baby a obi ase wonko. We hwe nkra se baby a kwan ye nka metro mass ye start see ko ntia hemfofo bebree kra no other transport companies start so omo ko ha na omo ne omo ko because omo say bra na obi entimi ma no na metro mass na eba nti ye brand ne de ewo ho na de ehwa ne se nyambe adom na by the end of the year say buses I say eba no yen sabeka which video am ka say go back to them almost start more produce 100 buses I expect free or more 45 I already ya ship by first second week in May I was saying Saka the other 55 no so from there number ship until before the end of this year the nyame adom that glory na na wo ho na ultimate massa na che say enije aba no nyame ntie be side aba
mo cars ne bebree asese ede na man bus munya maintenance
enye sa say no medical achim no those buses I won't say one the buses I was think ye frequency enye say assess
is it say the duration no
bus o hwe a say menua okọ eni say o yemman so wo free here ko otu kwan udru any of our say wa metro mass na okọ any transport company
yeah
dodo na the ombedi kan ahwe odru ana okọ car no registration why do you do that because when him say bus and the newer the buses
the conditions are better
and you are guaranteed say it will be work with baby most of our buses here in Kenya say yes maintenance replacement no na time not due by 2017 up by 2019 buses in free kwema those buses in a useful life no we there wasn't ka ye sa buses na free kwem na so no because of yenya buses ye dey be replacing it no ye manage those buses no bus there e se nipa se wunyina ahode ho fom bus ye Z registration Y registration but 0910 na still there work kwan so no mo say ne cost of operations kra was
okay
bus no ene ko o say spring leaf a week o say we are a week o de we share o better ties brand new say tie good quality ties you use so no less than 3,000 per tie with the tie set by 18,000 a good tie I see maybe I could vote off you call me bus need 2 year halfway na bus na ko says you at the point we as management would have to come up with a decision say the cost of operation is too high nti empake bus no nti no edru sa ubekwa ko hu se bus no buses no isi won se bia ya se da se nsi de nti o si free kwanso no se be nyame na me de misika toy ena enye me manage me MD and our board there has to be a decision say buses are yes ye free kwanso no ye nhwe na ye me assess say indeed bus no yes intimi enye fit say be ba kwanso bi ma once e be sa no ye sister company SCC omo ye valuers omo ba be value bus no be bibia useful see be tutu free bus no be ye free ho bia ye free bus no na se wo se ye de share other bus ma ye de shim nti ukwu se buses bebre apakisi wa a process I go through to make sure see ye buses na free kwam eno na ye nye se bus na ase buses am say mo yi bi wo mo
screen
so these are buses I go so registration na e bi Z registration nti enye fit say wo de kwan so na so no I was see you go through processes and sign a year free so mean information and can see future bus abide in the sikato and so no once the process is done no last year you be free kwan so still now you go processes
but Nana, there are some of the buses the former government a cry video back can be by the Oma branding with Ghana flags no I think that quite new and
no new na ohwe those buses na no nanka I was see use who intra services
okay
na ohwe sa bus yeah there was a point oko for example Kumasi
okay
say omo de buy in phases na those phases na omo de buy no ebi you classify and be a first generation second generation nti there were challenges be a initially omo de buy no parts omo de kan ho a omo de buy no for some funny reason na difference wo engine him
okay
which omo amaye nti se wo sesa oil filter woyɛ ɛnam kwan so at the point you say time on bɛka kyerɛ say problem difference wɔ bus nim na part a yɛde buy and it wasn't meant for way it was a way near the end. Now most of our buses no engines now start more problems. Inti ye pake bre. Wohwɛ saa buses yi so a ɛnyɛ common bus a easy sɛ wobɛnya part no. At the point no na in company na ɔmo produce yɛ no. Obi kɔ hɔ sɛ ɔkɔgye part ɛde abrɛ a na akɔyɛ yi. Finally afei na nyame adom a yɛtumi ɛne wɔn aka sɛ it's hurting our operations. You pack most of these buses because of parts a yɛnya ɛyɛ fix buses no. Ti nyame adom yɛnya obi a wakɔ a ɔde parts ne ba nti wohwɛ a most of these buses a wohu a ɛwɔ video no ebi a yɛ old nkɔ no bebree na ɛwɔ sɛ yɛyɛ engines deɛ ɛwɔ sɛ yɛsesa no nyinaa nyame adom yɛyɛ asesa no nyinaa afiri
but ɛno no so na nka meba no sɛ mo ne manufacturers no baabi a yɛ procure bus ne free no arrangement bɛn na ɛwɔ hɔ at what point in time the SSA be a wɔn may assist in terms of servicing. I know some workshops. I know the one I work for you. I know some
everywhere. Your terminal,
okay. Yes. What is the maintenance strategy? Money producers now say manufacturers
It depends. And when I say it depends, I think say bus is here by and sana sabi administration
mobile yes.
In Tiana usually arrangements between time I to any company no. But minim say for the most part I can speak to the video omo ba pass can home a lot of times grand and I think say that happened in that procurement omo de workshop for no be ekọ baby omo manufacture bus no kra kosua ho nwuma kosua ho no makakra nti said ye be ya omo ba how to handle bus no ne maintenance ne no manyina no the few people ko ho mo kusua ho adwuma nti minim say there's a collaboration between ye ne suppliers no de bia no ye ne video yi by the time e beba no omo the parts bia ye here to the point say omo the abrofo kra e ka ho aba because of COVID-19 na wasn't ke de nkrofo ko e no mo kusua ho no ma which for no because of how long are you using it? Okay, but still now no we have technologies sir nti no maybe asesa obas nim ye de for call back due to COVID-19 omo ama kwan so omumra na so omo two omo technicians be 3 or 4 once a bus is even omo ba be training a workshop staff on how to maintain these buses when it comes to parts be here you nim say air parts SS and tembiana a can part of the contract too apart from no Oshe your friend is saying Oshe video buses here a very strong bus and boy in operations almost about 50 engines part of the contractor buses here mo o kase e bia ye nim say ye old no ye mpese ye betu bia twene ya select bia body no ene no ma bi eye wo ho ya start operations bia ye pese the buses be back on so you select 50 with the 50 engines no more yet you be convert be cram na cargo buses because so sure you parcel service are very strong because of baby I call the whole world the whole Ghana you call
me too
you call baby Ghana afane nyina nti your parcel service no everywhere in the country no you try see did 20 at least 20 engines, especially about 20 cargo buses. They started
for cargo service.
I intensify your parcel service. The additional 30, no, yeah, the best but a bus, yeah, select here, and the best mama na PJ, man, because you new engines, I did these new buses, man. Now, pretty much, asaba back to new because engine na week. It is almost my 50 new engines. The abe support yeah, bus, yeah. Now, collaboration there is always there between the suppliers, but how is it structured? Yeah, because in our time, at least while I'm there, we are very involved in every operations. Every purchase, if we need anything to fix these buses.
Okay. Now, you're not the issue of management. My miss away answer crying about management. So, Meaning, say, one at the time our President Kufuor introduced you Metromas. But I want to ask you on authority. Now, maybe I said, on my Ghana, you Metromas is so in terms of profit making as an enterprise.
Metro Mass, I would say the goal of establishing Metro Mass was not to make profit.
I didn't.
That's what I say. Because se wohwe yen kwan ya fast so and I said the policies surrounding the establishment of Metro Mass. Aban no say ye movie the masses. Sebe ye cater for the middle to lower income.
Yeah.
Inti the realistic fares was you charge as a company. We don't charge those fares. Inti part of you see the pro-poor policies are President Kufuor and MPP are buying the buy. Inti Osha say school nkra your bus is here nam krumi. So we school akra now share uniform up to JHS or for bus in the free. Your program
does that policy still exist?
It still exists. It still exists. So school akra will share uniform up to JHS on say o free car obe o school no she school uniform na new school o jina kwan ho na bus ni yo I said yes fan for free. Yeah, first I can o free Accra Kumasi. Other transport operators charge 60, 65. They charge 40. And you know, for the same service, we are charging low because of saying Oma Yekita and I see a target audience. And not the reality is not for us to make profit, but at least to break even. Breaking even, you know, you see it's me to workers car. It's me to pass. I maintenance. It's me co far, see it's me buses idea mine, it's me in your scato to be say it drew or see a coto buses. See, you need getting in our now, you will be. That is the reality, but not necessarily to make profit. I told you, I say. See, currently, the buses are your route per day. From the 1,400, we are doing under 200 buses currently. You were almost 2,500 employees. In this kind of situation, how do you make profit? Say, ne papempa, COVID buy the whole world, including big time airline companies. I'm only off. I don't think you ever heard say Metro Masale will be off. But this fleet are here running. In the industry average is between 4 to 6 people to one bus. We are doing about 17 to 1. Meaning say Nipa 17 biano, bus barco should be able to take care of them. And these buses are already old. Until like I said,
no, in terms of work schedule and I say
no, in terms of
revenue, I bet
in terms of revenue and everything. Until say Sana ya buy non shade and then say you make a profit now, which it will be very good. See, bet me, I make a profit. Near to me, I declare dividends to our shareholders. But and yet, go and I say, yeah, and share almost say at least if you're able to break even. Now, MAS support my say more.
But you and I agree, say even breaking even, no, it's difficult for Metro Mass.
Breaking even would not be difficult if we had the buses, because we have the routes, we have.
But then can they more over 1,000? Say in a Swati.
When they had it,
1,000 now, more time there. But I'm just saying, sir, for the time being, from those times, Shasia, Ediba, basically the previous government, they see this 4 years.
From what I know, they had those buses. They had enough money in the coffee. We weren't facing these challenges because they would testify, say. At the point, sometimes you try a car on the 18th, you try a car on the 17th. But because of our fleet size now, it won't be the same. That time, not a normal year. Because for the most part, Metro Mass then was pretty much the most active transport company in the system. So, I mean, now, in your STC, not normal form. And saying, but through it all, who say now Metro Mass was on top. Buses with 1,000 buses. There's no reason why make it Say they make no. And yet about making profit. It's about making enough to pay for salary, to pay for our maintenance costs, and even put money aside for the buses. Idea amount say, oh, ticker. And you say, I buy the amount in the goal, and say just run an effort picture.
Okay. But
it is not about just making profit.
Me will challenge you because my shareholding portfolio. Government of Ghana buying 45% shares. Agricultural Development Bank, it was 16.67% shares. It was Metro Mass. Over Social Security and National Insurance Trust, Senate for more 11.67% shares. It was more. National Investment Bank, it was 9.33% of shares. It was more. Ghana Oil Company Limited, almost it was 7.5% shares. And so we government of Ghana, what the for Ghana bankruptcy chain, we don't know, and a majority shareholder, breaking it down. But okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 other companies in the Boma, they are having about 55% shares. Yes, and automatically, no, Yebeka say a public-private partnership. Yes. Good. Now, the private shareholding no bigger than the public shareholding. Now, my question is, banks and a go for one senate for no a profit-making entity. I want to first go baby the Metro Massimo. How do they get back their returns?
I'm saying, I know extensively. I think it may be discussions for another time, but I'll give you a bit of history behind that. Timer, Metro Mass, President Kufuor, I didn't mind.
Yeah.
Now these shareholding structures and shareholders, they were given these shares in the company.
Okay.
And I can tell you, sir, and yet to a point where these companies are bringing money into the company.
Into the company.
So they've been given shares and they are shareholders in the company. But it was not
for them
something
to invest
like
in the
say
company.
not to invest, but it wasn't something like say, okay, this is your share, so $10 million and are the top shares. So they've been given these shares to be shareholders. But in a way, they are helping us in every aspect. SIC, being a shareholder, we do our insurance with them. Goil supplies us oil. But it's not a point where they have invested so much money into Metro Mass for you to, say they are profit making, so they are putting money, so we should be. But what did they
Matthias, but maybe question is even if in terms of partnership, for instance, Senate for insure more drivers, any more workers, how do you call it?
And it's
more pensions near the end in Then you come to how do you call it? Well, money or more partnership,
which we are paying for the fuel.
You are paying for the fuel anyway. So why then do they become shareholders? Because if a shareholder in the company, but Metro Mass, Basi Bikujina Gwell, no could tofuela, utuyaka. Okay, and see what is their value of shares? So I'm first be and Metro Mass and fire expanded their operations. Then what is their value of the shareholding?
That is why I say so that would be an extensive conversation for another time. But what
you have told me.
Told you, these were shareholding structures that were given to them when the company was established. The government wanting to hold majority because, say, Uchichima, government still holds majority in Metro Mass. Until we have these, they are part of our board and they are there helping us direct the affairs of Metro Mass. But as far as money or investment,
real investment,
we've sat down with them and they are is in the pipeline, so they are going to help invest more money into Metro Mass to bring it to where it needs to be. I know for a fact they being part of our board is something that's in the works, but we cannot, you and I, sit here and say because they are
No, but
profit sharing,
Ghanaians would
profit
want
sharing.
to know. Yes. Now, material can answer, but Ghanaians would want to know because a bank like ADB, a bank like NIB, okay, woman in our shares, Metro Massimo, but we share any value no air saying because ordinarily, say me cry individual, and matters a Metro Mass, ton shares, miss me betubia. There should be a value be a medeba. Good. So that we declare dividend.
These are the percentages. The truth is, I wouldn't want to dive more into this because I'm not very abreast with why and the wisdom behind how these shares were given to them. But I know, say, for as a company, and from the extent that I know, it's not that they've invested this much or this is the monetary value of
their shares.
Why this portion was given to them. I am in charge of operations and technical.
Okay.
I'm the deputy MD in charge of operations and technical.
Okay.
So though I need to know, but to this extent I know, but not the wisdom behind why they were given these portions of shares and how much they've invested. And
maybe
I know
maybe I would want
invested.
to come back to your MD to give us a fair explanations to this because Ghana for also were interest. The more reason I don't pay any would income. But Yamra failed in Ankasa. Operations. Yes, buses and the bar managing ye. More ya the moko some man, especially political appointees, yes, more the personal interest never.
And everyone who knows Metro Mass currently under the leadership of my MD Albert Dubai knows that we are there and we are selflessly working hard to ensure that Metro Mass gets back to the glory that you and I know say it needs to be. Personal interest, I don't know what you are talking about. It's personal interest because Metro Mass currently things are not where we was appointment. They are there and 7 year show you soon no maybe or no say but say a position sabi obi di bepe ne ho dia na Metro Mass. There's no selfish interest and also will be ho into no they were Metro Mass. Our workers will tell you. If you want, you can call any of them. And they will tell you, say, whatever we are doing is towards ensuring, say, Metro Mass get you back to its glory by pushing to ensure, say, near bino, everything kita home, no matimia boa pija Metro Mass. Ako baby I was you buy am a 1,000 buses here. Now you say 1,400 and something buses are there. Buses are about 2 buses are not already I old. So intra service bus are not ye can want some say intra-city na ye ye bus branding and no say my pay our operations those buses now you're running ye home because of the nature of again said the Metro Mass you see establishing bus do traffic from Kaswa Abedru Accra charging about 4 cities on air condition. We use long hauls, which the intercity, the rural, urban, and only they subsidize this intra-service operations. In Tisosha, so my about 200-300 of those buses. Now one my buses a bit me make iska, they are subsidized we fuel I use go your shareholder, but you took fuel just the same price as any other transport company, and we are charging the lowest fare in the country. Inti Yabeto a state where you buy a buses be all, but then it was about 20% of what we were supposed to get.
The previous
fleets are now. Inti to be in a company like this. And with the kind of push and the commitment we are pushing in, Nasabi will be Tina baby see with previous administration. February 20. Sorry, Mr. T. My appointment was 24th December 2018, but Mr. T. Juma 2019. 3 years pepe na mo.
Okay. A car hen amobeto said that Metro Mass.
A car ever 2 years na eso. A car
in terms of figures na hen.
In terms of figures, I would have to, but we are bringing them down, and I would give you one main reason why. Yeah, cano it was wrong. So intra-service bus.
Yeah.
And they keep pushing your car because price are buses near the mile because it was given us to us as an on-lending, and an on-lending bus near the amount now make it on. How do you even pay back? Until again, we are through the board pleading with the government to say if they can convert it into a grant for the company, because with that, it shows a huge sums on our books. And it makes it unattractive for say Oko Bank be na say I way down where you so now kutia into any bank. Indeed, almost offer through our minister or his, I would say when it comes to the transport industry, the new Metro Mass, he's doing everything he can to ensure say and also through the government in bit me aye na no abeye again grant na boy na my books.
But uyi no ni free ho no ma e ka na da ho no component ni be e na constitute one thing we also know and we are told and it's a political parties ni rent buses na omuntuaka some time ago yes in NDC for the muka omotua
ebi abi meka say ebi abitua
why mo na abitua
ebi being because na party I'm say this became an issue some time ago. Party ebe rente buses so mo de koye NDC ebe rente buses during elections time. Inti
2016 and 2020
it wasn't 2016, it was 2016. Inti omo ebe rente in the party's name ye two obani wie omo e categorize say we MP yedi ba every constituency.
Yeah.
And this all your MP now when they seat within that constituency abitua saaka no. That was at least what I
in the name of the party.
In the name of the because everyone's a party collectively abeji.
Kessben
Na say kita north, kita south. Why we no seat there? You as the MP come and pay for your bill because party no lose. To my understanding. Into Oma lose your seat no. And the yes party no ebe fasa aka no na omotua. But up till now we have names of and I say constituencies we've contacted them, written a letter to the speakers to alert them. I don't want to dive so much into it, but I
don't see your interest. A public discussion here have a Metro Mass Transit is a public institution.
I do not have the names and the actual figures here. So I don't.
But from 2016 till now,
we are pursuing them. Just like I told you.
For how many years?
Once we wrote to the speaker and he wrote to them. So many of them have come to pay. Some have not paid, but then I don't have the names. I don't have the names for us to discuss, and it would be unfair to.
What is Metro Mass going to do?
We are still pursuing them.
To what extent? Because it's 5 years in or more now that means that there is no intention so
I'm like again we will keep writing to the speaker to hopefully I'm sure
the boldness so what is the assurance what is the assurance a buying budgets through the Ministry of Transport
at least since we took over, and everyone would attest to this. Whether me MPP, I was appointed by the President, His Excellency. But there's not been a single time where MPP has come to rent a bus. They will not do the needful. Because of based on what happened in the future. Now, I do not want to leave. And I said, not yet the subo before me, and I said, me MD, and I will be involved. I said, we mobile, and all my share, and Hayama, Omo party, the Oma Beji Basaqua, Omentia. Until ye ne party not say, I catch you almost said, and she say, winting. Yen pedi mbone my party no. Until before I ever rent a bus, no. Pay the new policy I am. This is Utia and Sanya move buses. Indeed, we've not had any single challenge with your party. Some bus you can go to the records and you can check. In Tinshisha idea good. Yeah, no,
yes, but I don't need a car, company.
That time, they need you know, yeah, and the bet me I see a we are doing that. But moving forward, you know what? In to ensure that the see no answer about an NCB. And then I should say, before you remove a bus, our renting, you need to ensure that you pay for the bus before the bus moves. And that's being done.
I can't Ghana for you.
Yeah, hope you see a bit me.
Hoping over 5 years now. We are deputy managing director. You are part of key management.
Yes, and we are doing and
but the question is, would you want the Attorney General to prosecute those people? Because I cannot.
We are going through every process we need to go through.
Have you written to the Attorney General?
We've written to the Speaker now.
Not the Attorney General?
Not yet. But if management decides that that's what we need to do, I will do that. I will not sit here and single-handedly, not even in consultation with my MD. No, we have due process. Until we go through those due processes.
And I never do one person back.
But the point is that let's not. I know what you want to hear, but
it's not about me wanting to hear. It's about what
we have
Ghanaians
to go
want to know.
It's not the Ghanaians want to know, so the monies will be retrieved. We are doing everything
5 years
we can
in the Metro
to ensure. But within that 5 years, we've been able to get some of the money. Maybe not all, but we've been able to get a big chunk of this kind. We are still pursuing. I know, say in due course, and our honorable members knowing somebody they will do the honorable thing.
Makenka 2022 budget, ministry say over 692 million, if the figure is right, to procure new buses. Assurance Ben or say the buses in the Bambit me managing ye.
I old, we are managing. We are ensuring say at every given time. Then the maximum buses a bit media maintenance culture. We buy a normal and kuyi, the normal to ye. We are assuring the government say Yamia Domna the buses. It won't be at least with this administration. Our goal is not to left to us, and my MD always says so we should not get buses, run these buses, and always run to the government for help. So we need to run these buses and pay what you are saying KOC making profit. Even if we are not making profits, we should be able to have some money set aside. Say at the end of the full depreciation period, we would have enough money to go and get some buses on our own. That is what we are hoping for. And we are going to do everything possible to make sure that happens.
Ayalolo fleet,
Ayalolo Kayo.
Okay. Nana Mamina was it.
Yes.
Nana Baby was through. Nana was for a deputy managing director, Metro Mass Transit. Nana, all last words, Namenko. Namen for 8 minutes now, cano and for calls.
The mechanism say, at least, well, and no, maybe I now want to see. I mean, say, and no, maybe now opposite you pushing your answers here. And so, and
I was one for answers.
Maybe Ubina's answers. And they may catch Ghana for you and say, GD or more Metro Massimo, more money. And him saying, I mean, Tino. And she say, Pa, say, a byway in the Metro Mass by the goal. They say, we are to move the masses, we are to cater to the middle lower income people, and that's exactly what we are doing. We will continue to provide those services. Maintenance culture, can we shemukena. We share your track record when it comes to safety. Metro Mass is on top. See your cost was a GD or more mono. Say your buses are old and ye in Yamia do my buying say or the new buses ever. We are going to rebrand. Your new stations are working boot. Your new facility, Sunyane. We are rebranding. Yamintino before the end of this year. Metro Mass na GD no akofom kakra because of your fleet age in no maybe no. Momaye emre. Next time you know be betena ha na abasobɔ nko ana obeboy.
You we nko mo ya de
abasobɔ nko ana because ye meaning ba nti de make can say
na me ya do ma bet me rent mo buses ni bia na obi mo abeji bi dada.
Oh to say up to now obi meji dey na ya elite because your buses no because of your born safety when it comes to hiring and sorry no more your conventions be bookie almost 8-9 months ahead nti say ko time ready one here be late but here ready nyambe
nana me da say mama na was pa nana was say na me no edin ko